Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we will discuss nutrition in human beings. As we already discussed in our previous videos, we said that human beings follow holozoic mode of nutrition. This is an heterotrophic mode of nutrition in which organisms take the complex food. Complex food, as we know, we take lot of components in our food. They may be carbohydrate, protein, lipids, minerals and vitamins. They are all present in our food. They makes our food very complex. Some components like minerals directly dissolve in water and absorbed by the body. But some other components like vitamins, they have some different mechanism, different process for their absorption. As we know, vitamins are of two types, fat soluble vitamin and water soluble vitamin. As you see on your screen, fat soluble vitamins are A, D, E and K, and water soluble vitamins are vitamin B and vitamin C. So fat soluble vitamin directly dissolved in fat and utilized by the body, and water soluble vitamin, they are dissolved in water and then we will absorb the vitamins B and vitamin C. And as we know that our food is very complex, so for their digestion, the rest of the part like carbohydrate, protein and fats, they are the larger molecules, bigger molecules, they are the polymer units. So they must be broken down into their components so that they can easily utilized by the body. For this digestion we require some enzymes, especially they are called biological catalysts. Biological because they are present in the living beings, and catalysts are the chemical compound which have the property to enhance the rate of reaction, either they reduce the rate of reaction. But here, as we discuss in nutrition in human beings, these enzymes are used in the broken down of food. Every enzyme requires some specific medium for their function, that may be acidic or alkaline. Means all the enzymes are specific. These three different sites are mouth, stomach and small intestine. Only these three parts are present in the body, or we said that these three parts are present in our alimentary canal, which are used for the digestion of food. So why we take these components in our food? So as we know, carbohydrate is a good source of energy. It gives the instant energy source. So as we already discussed, there are three part of the alimentary canal where the digestion is occur. They are mouth, stomach and alimentary canal. So as you see on your screen, there are some chart is given here. In this chart some enzymes name are given, secretory glands are given, unke functions given, and the product which is formed after the digestion of these components, they are given there. So this is the very important for the examination. Many questions come from this section also. So as we know कि first जो enzyme है, that is written salivary amylase, it is also called ptyalin, that is released from the salivary gland. Salivary gland generally present below the tongue. They can help in the digestion of starch, and the main product is the glucose. We will discuss it in our next topics. We will discuss it later. Second enzyme is pepsin, that is secreted from the gastric glands. The main function is the digestion of protein and the product is amino acid. The next one is the lipase, trypsin and amylase. All these three enzymes are released from the pancreas, generally present in the pancreatic juice, secreted from the pancreas. The main function of lipase is to digest the lipids. Trypsin helps in the digestion of protein which is not digested in the stomach, and amylase digests the carbohydrate. Lipase is converted into fatty acid and glycerol. Protein, as we already discussed, it will convert it into amino acid. Similarly, carbohydrate in the glucose molecules. So this is the overall summary of this, but now we will discuss that in detail how the digestion of carbohydrate occur in mouth. So as we said that the digestion is starts from mouth. So digestion of food starts from mouth. As you see on your screen, carbohydrate digests first. Whatever we take in our food, in that complex food, the first part which is digested, that is carbohydrate. So as we know that proper utilization of food requires separation of components so that they can easily absorb by the body. So first digestion will start from mouth, and the first component of food which is digested, that is carbohydrate. Salivary glands release some enzyme that is called salivary amylase. They helps in the broken down of carbohydrate into sugars. Saliva also contains some mucus which helps in the lubrication of the food. It also contains hydrogen carbonate which provide the alkaline medium. Alkaline medium because these enzymes which work only in the alkaline medium. As we already discussed, कि every enzyme require a specific medium for their proper functioning. If that medium is not available, they cannot function properly. So that's why here is, you see, the saliva contain mucus which lubricate the food, as hydrogen carbonate provide the alkaline medium for the digestion of carbohydrate. Carbohydrate digested into glucose, that is utilized for getting the energy. Some carbohydrate part which is not digested, they will digest it later in the small intestine. We will discuss in the last section of this video. After digestion of carbohydrate in mouth, the food is sent to the next chamber, that is called the stomach, through the peristaltic movement of the muscles. They can send the remaining food to the stomach. In the stomach, there is some gland called the gastric gland, generally present in the wall of stomach. They release an enzyme pepsin, and acid, hydrochloric acid, and mucus. Sometimes question may ask in the exams, what is the site of secretion of enzyme pepsin, or from where the hydrochloric acid are released from the body. So as we discussed, gastric glands generally present in the wall of stomach, they release an enzyme pepsin, an acid, hydrochloric acid, and mucus. Initially pepsin is inactive, but during the digestion of protein, HCl activates for the digestion of protein, because pepsin only work in the acidic medium, and as we discussed, in mouth there is a medium is slightly basic. So when the food is entered into the stomach, they must achieve the acidic medium. So for this acidic medium, gastric wall release the acid, that is the HCl is a very strong acid that can activate the pepsin for the digestion of protein. One more question is arise here, if, as we know, HCl is a very strong acid, it may damage the wall of stomach. So how can we prevent our wall of stomach from this acid? Because pepsin only work in the acidic medium, and as we discussed, in mouth there is a medium is slightly basic. So when the food is entered into the stomach, they must achieve the acidic medium. So for this acidic medium, gastric wall release the acid, that is the HCl is a very strong acid that can activate the pepsin for the digestion of protein. Question may arise, HCl is a very strong acid, so how can we prevent our wall of stomach from the effect of HCl? So as we already discussed, mucus is also released from the gastric glands which is present in the wall of stomach, so they can cover the inner lining of the stomach. If they cover the inner lining of the stomach, they do not allow HCl to touch the skin. If HCl do not touch the skin, it means it will not damage the skin, so we can prevent the skin from this HCl. Undigested protein and the remaining carbohydrate and the lipid which is not digested here still, they are sent to the next chamber, that is called the small intestine, where all the components of the food are digested. That's why a small intestine is called the complete site of digestion. After digestion in stomach, food is sent to the small intestine, where lipids and the remaining carbohydrate and protein will digest here. In stomach there is an acidic medium, but here medium should be changed because there is a no mucus layer. So this acidic medium should be neutralized so that lipids may digest properly. For the digestion of lipids, bile juices are secreted from the liver, which can provide the alkaline medium, which can convert that acidic medium into alkaline medium, so that enzyme will easily digest the lipids. These bile juices are secreted from the liver, and if excess release of the bile juices are there, they will stored in the gallbladder. Gallbladder is the storage organ which can store the bile juices. Bile juices have some another function, that is the emulsification of fat. This is also very important question. What is emulsification of fat? Emulsification of fat is the conversion of larger globules of fat into smaller ones to facilitate the action of enzyme lipase. Because as we know, larger molecules cannot be easily digested, so they must be broken down into smaller components, smaller molecules, so that they can easily digest it. So bile juices can help to break down the larger globules into smaller ones, so that enzyme lipase can easily work. So this is called emulsification of fat. Now the question is arise from where the enzymes are released. So as we see in the chart which is already given in this video, here pancreas is attached with the alimentary canal. So the pancreas release pancreatic juices which contain some enzymes like lipase. They also contain some other enzymes, trypsin and amylase. Lipase help in the digestion of lipids. They convert the lipids into fatty acid and glycerol. Trypsin help in the digestion of protein into amino acid, and carbohydrate is digested by the amylase. So here as you see, all the food component, carbohydrate, protein and lipids are digested. That's why small intestine is called the complete site of digestion. Herbivores have the longer small intestine as compared to the carnivorous animals. This is a very important question. It may also come in your exams. So here the answer is कि herbivores eating grasses which needs a longer small intestine to allow cellulose to be digested. But meat which is similar to the animal protein, so they are easier to digest. That's why carnivores do not require any longer small intestine. So carnivores have shorter small intestine. And now when all the food are digested, then the question is arise how we absorb the, as you know कि small intestine is the part where all the components are digested. So they are designed in such a way so that they can absorb the maximum nutrient. The design of this small intestine in such a way that they have some finger-like projection, we call it villi, which increase the surface area for the absorption of nutrients. So at last, unabsorbed food components are entering the large intestine where some finger-like projection is also present. They absorb the water from the food components. The remaining food which is undigested, not required by the body, they are removed from the body through the sphincter muscles. That is called anal sphincter muscles. So here some important question related to that, to nutrition in human beings, which most of the time comes in your board exam. They are: first, what are enzymes? Second, what is the function of digestive enzymes? Third, what is the function of HCl? Fourth, what is emulsification of fat? And small intestine designed to absorb digested food. So try to find out these answers. If you find out, then thanks for watching this video. If you have any query, then you can ask me. You can write your questions in your comment section. I will try to give you answers. So all the best, and in our next video we will discuss respiration process, which is the part of the first chapter, life process. Have a good day and thank you.